Hey everybody, it's your girl J9E. This Dr. Jordan Peterson, who's basically savage. He is on the roommates channel, but I was watching it myself because I was watching Famous and Thoughts. It's been a while since I felt this way. I was like, let me find the interview and actually watch it myself. I got to this part and I was like, you know what? Let me stop it. I want to get my natural reaction. I wanted to capture my natural reaction to this pivotal moment where this man from the roommates, this guy here, but apparently he has an epiphany here with this here extremely Caucasian male, successful Caucasian male, old successful Caucasian male, which is, like I say, the goal for these red pill, black red pill guys. The goal is to be a successful white man. It's never going to happen. You're never going to be that. But, okay. It's no wonder that this is what it took for him to have an epiphany. But either way, let's just get into it.
Yeah. Something else I've been hearing, Dr. Peterson, a lot of young men have been sharing with me, and I'm not sure how much you've heard of it or experienced it. They've been sharing that, that they feel as though the average woman has no desire for the average male, and that because of things like social media, online dating, things along those lines, as well as just some of the female empowerment where a lot of women have this is what they say, an elevated sense of self.
See how he's trying to distance himself from it, so what I've been hearing is like, so what, because kind of what it sounds like is what it's saying. And then what had happened was. Spit it out, nigga. And yes, you've been saying it too. Stop trying to distance yourself from this shit that you've been teaching. Okay, you've been spewing this stuff. The ones who didn't hear from Kevin came to your channel, and lucky for them, they got to hear the exact same shit from you. Okay, just claim your shit. You know what I'm saying? Claim your shit. Look how confused. Look how confused Jordan looks. Jordan's like, yeah, nigga, spit it out. Is this how y'all talk? That's why we talking about literacy. Come on, man. Just say it. You got all day.
They feel like they're above a lot of these average males, which also contributes to a disparity between young adults being able to connect and form meaningful relationships.
Yeah, well, women are more picky in their mate choices than men, especially sexually. That's the case in every culture. It's not surprising because women have more at stake sexually than men do, per episode, because men don't get pregnant, obviously. And so that female pickiness.
Oh my God. See how simple he is saying this? It's so simple. It's not complicated. It is so simple. Oh my God. He just said it in the simplest way. You let me know. Could he have said it any more simple? He put it as simple as him. He didn't even have to put any thought into it. Look at him. He's like looking at the floor. Well, what it is, this is how this works. Duh.
That's the case. That's definitely true. Whether it's worse now or not, I doubt if it is. I would say to young men who are irritated at women is, if you're irritated at women, as a class of creature, there's something wrong with you because they're right. You're.
Ooh. Oh. I'm so glad I turned the camera on to react to this. Oh my God, this is hitting me. This is hitting different. You know what I'm saying? This is landing very, very different. Just y'all dumb as shit is what he said. Duh, nigga. Duh is what he said. Stop crying like a little bitch. That's what I heard. I mean, is that not what he said? Because that's what I thought I heard. That's what I heard. I'll listen some more. Maybe I'm hearing it wrong.
You're wrong. They're right.
Isn't that something? Ain't it something? To find out after all of this, that guy who sits in there with the pretty lighting and the weird mannequin who he probably mates with. Oh, never mind. That's a female mannequin, so never mind. Probably don't. But that guy who says all the things and we call the Godfather. Are you telling me? Wait a second. Are you telling me that he's been blowing smoke up our asses this whole time? Oh my God.
Not pick you. If they're not picking you, it's because they're right.
Wow.
Now, that might...
Yes, that's my feeling too. Wow. 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 Boom chicka wow wow. Oh my God. Oh.
I know that's a terrible thing to say, and I know perfectly well.
And it hurts. It hurts his little chocolate heart. Trust me, his chocolate heart just slowed down, sped up, slow back down, sped up, slow back down. His heart don't know what to do. It's like, should I keep pumping or no?
Well, it wasn't like I was particularly successful with girls when I was young. So I know what that rejection is like. I know what that fear is like. I don't know it as well as some men know it because I wasn't rejected outright. But what you have to understand is that what do you expect from women? If you
for them to sit the fuck down, shut the fuck up, open their legs, and tell them that they're great. That's what the answer was. Is he gonna tell you that was what it was? Because that is what it was. That was the answer to the question. That was what they want. Oh my God, this is so super. I am just having the time of my life.
If you got pregnant because you had sex, you'd be pretty damn choosy too.
Yes. A permanent decision. You got to tell me twice. I've been told twice already. I love my babies. But, come on.
So, clue in a bit. And then, well, don't they find you attractive? Well, maybe you're not.
Oh, shit. Oh, he went for the kill, y'all. Oh my God, the feelings. Oh, how are the feelings? How are y'all's feelings doing? You okay? Is your feelings all right? Is this little dose of honesty and reality? Is it setting in? I'm a little bitch. That's what he said. He just said, you's a little bitch. That's what he said. Did she call you a little bitch? She did? Okay, because she was right. You're a little bitch. That's what he just said. If she don't like you, do you think you're attractive? Did she like you? Oh, because you wasn't attractive. There's your answer. Oh my God. This is Jesus. I was told by, I'm sure it was a black man who said it first if I think back, that Jesus was a black man. I'm starting to question that now again. Starting to go, you know what? Oh no. I don't really think, I don't know about it. Because I'm thinking, add a little hair on this. This look like that dude on the wall in the church. This is what this is starting to look like.
Like, have you paid attention to how you dress? Do you have a plan? Are you educated?
Yeah. So beat a bitch down till she like you. That's the plan. I'm going to tell her she ain't shit. She ain't come from shit. She ain't heading to shit. She need to quit all the shit that she's doing. She's doing too much shit. Stop doing more than me, bitch.
As you could be. Are you liar?
Yup.
Are you a rabid pornography user?
Oh, yup. Check.
Because maybe that's undermining your motivation to seek out a woman and grow yourself up.
Yup. Nailed it. Called it. Oh my God. It's like he's in y'all's room watching y'all. This is what cleaning your room looks like. Sitting and talking to this man. This is how you clean your room.
It's like, if you're rejected constantly and you're out there really trying, because that's another thing to ask yourself is, well, how many women have you actually asked out? And are you so sure that you're not picking women who will certainly reject you because you're trying to bat out of your league?
Ooh. Oh my God. If he ain't calling out every single corner of this motherfucking room, ain't gonna be no spider webs left in this room. He is cleaning this room. Do you hear what I'm saying? Cleaning this room.
You might be. If you were better, you'd be more successful with women.
Ooh, bottom motherfucking line. Bottom Line. Line. Bottom fucking line. Not the top line, the bottom motherfucking line. If you were better, just generally better, you would do better. This is how it works. It's called life. This is what they call life. This is what they call life.
So you have to have that in your mind, and they're not. You cannot be angry at women. It's stupid.
He like, yes, we can. Kevin told us to. Wait, how am I gonna go back? How am I gonna get out of this? I can't push too far. He's the father white man. I cannot push back. I must go with it. This is gonna be terrible in the aftermath.
But women, it's like women being angry at men. It's a sign of psychological trouble, that.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel as though Dr. Peterson is that, for the men who are complaining about the standards of women today and it being elevated, that it's not so much a focus of pointing the finger at them not choosing them, but more so looking in the mirror and asking themselves what can they do to improve themselves to be so desirable, instead of focusing simply in on the inability of what
be
you're
a
going
little
through
stronger. Be a little stronger.
Stop being a weak little bitch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. He over there like, so what you're saying is, and then what had happened, and then it was, so you're saying that it's whose fault is you saying it is? Because I just want to be clear. It's not ours, right? That's not what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? I hope that's not what you're saying.
Dress a little better, speak a little more clearly. Aim
Don't say shit that sounds like old peanut butter.
a little higher, and practice that, and that'll work. Now, I know that that's more difficult for some people than others because
it's harder. It's harder to try than it is to just go out there and beat a bitch over the head until your self-esteem is low enough and contradict the shit out of yourself when you say that women need to choose better, but then you say, hey, they're choosing too good. They're choosing too high. They need to choose better, though, because they're picking the wrong ones. Hey, stop choosing so good. Y'all don't even know how dumb y'all be sounding. You realize you just said two completely opposite things, and you preached them both. Okay, you preached both of them like they were gospel.
Bear incredibly difficult developmental burdens.
I'm
not
red pill.
not saying that this is easy, but I'm saying that it's a useful reaction. Like, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Complain about women?
Yes, that's what they was going to do. They was doing it, had been doing it. There's niggas making bank off of it. Okay? Yes.
I've seen that in men. I went out with a group of men who were having trouble.
Yeah, I've seen it too.
With their wives, and they'd gone off to this couples retreat, and it was mostly rubbish, although they were trying a bit to get their lives together. And I spent a whole day with them. There were 3 of them, and one of them was a guy that I'd known for quite a while, and every single word he said was a lie. And all these 3 did the whole day was complain about their wives. And I thought, what the hell's wrong with you guys? You picked them.
No, right.
They're these women you picked, and maybe they have their flaws, but they're your wives. And that's how you talk about them? And you think they're the problem? You're so dumb that you don't even know that you shouldn't badmouth your wife.
Oh my God.
Just because she's your...
That it's making you look crazy. You picked her, damn it. by downing her to other people, you are downing yourself because you picked her. Of all the other people to pick, you picked her. Her being terrible is a sign of your incompetence.
Her wife, like when Tammy and I got married, we had a discussion about that. It's like, she has her flaws and I have my flaws, but I'm her husband and she's my wife. And there's a certain respect that goes along with that category.
Yeah. So what would you say, Dr. Peterson, to the young men who are pushing back on this idea, and the young men who say...
He just said it. Nigga, man the fuck up. Stop being a little bitch. If you don't qualify, you don't qualify. Stop aiming so motherfucking high. You never was able to get that high. Why all of a sudden do you think that if you bang it enough, it'll fall down low enough to where then you can get it? It's like, they say low hanging fruit. Like women who are low hanging fruit, like women who are like damaged and stuff, psychologically they say they're low hanging fruit because they're easy to grab hold of, because they're all traumatized and shit. They're trying to take all the trees and just pull the motherfuckers that they're trying to get a machine that would just shove down all the trees. So all the fruit will become low, as opposed to them being high enough, tall enough, strong enough, smart enough to figure out a way to get that motherfucker from up there. No, they want to just bang that motherfucker till they all just fall out. And then pick and point at all of them because now they're on the ground. And that was a perfect analogy for what the fuck they was doing. This is what the fuck they've been doing. Just banging the trees, knocking all the fruit down. They were high hanging fruit, hard to get, rare it's hard to get them up there. They done beat these trees until they all fell out of the fucking trees. And now that they're on the ground, they're gonna stand there and look at these things and tell them you ain't shit. Look at you on the ground with all the rest of these. You ain't nothing here. Fine, I'll take a couple of you. This is the mentality of these niggas. These here Negroes.
Traditionally speaking, there was a sort of mating where if you were a guy and you're middle class, you can get a middle class partner. You're a guy making $40,000 a year, you can get a certain level of partner. That in some communities, in some environments, because of, degrees or things like that, if you're a guy, making $50,000 a year or $60,000 a year and you're doing relatively well, that the women in your cohort who are similar partners to you may not desire you. Instead of wanting a partner making 60, want a partner making 80. So what would you say to those guys?
Mostly I'd say that was an excuse. But I wouldn't go farther than that.
It is, because it is. And you know how it's an excuse? Because it's not the case. That's not the masses. That's these particular bitches that y'all be looking at. That's what it is. That's not the masses. The masses of people don't want to do that. They don't want the maintenance of even doing that. That's maintenance. Those people are high maintenance. Anyone with common sense knows that is high maintenance. Not everybody is high maintenance, which means not everybody wants to take on the responsibility of having to do what it's going to take to be with that high maintenance ass person. Okay? No, that ain't what y'all want. Y'all want Y'all, you know what the fuck it is.
Because, I don't know how to answer those questions in some ways.
Because they're not normal human questions. I understand why it's hard to answer. Because they're so dumb. It's like, is this real? Is this a real question? Oh, it feels like a hypothetical. This is that an actual question? You just pulling my leg. There's an actual person out there that wants to answer to this. Is that what you're telling me? I understand how you feel. I understand.
Let's say you are having trouble.
Which means you can't generalize a bunch of stuff, judge it from all the way the fuck over there. All of them bitches is this. You ain't even spoke to none of them bitches. You don't know what they are. Oh.
Finding a mate, and you think, well, I'm reasonably symmetrical. I'm in decent physical condition. I'm young. I have a decent salary, but still. Okay, well, that's a deep dive issue. I don't know what's wrong. We'd have to talk about that. And I do mostly listen. It's like, you seem okay, so why don't you have a partner? Well, that's a deep mystery.
No, it's because of the shit that comes out of his face. When he talks, these weird shits come out and he shoots himself in the foot every time he speaks. That's why.
Really a deep mystery. It's nothing trivial. There's no simple solution to that. And so, again, that's why I don't really do sociology in some sense, except insofar as I understand the role of the individual in relationship to society. So I would say to someone like that, practically, if you want to do something, go see a cognitive behavioral psychologist and take the problem apart and strategize. That you'll figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that because we're talking about a certain demographic of people who don't even like to go and like they're not going to do anything like that. So that's just yeah, that sounds nice, but they're not going to do that because they picked this route on purpose. They didn't pick this route because it's the only one they knew of. They already knew they were supposed to do better and be better. But somebody opened their mouth and said, you don't need to do nothing. These bitches just need to be put in their place. They heard they heard bitches put in their place and they said, sold. So this is going to require me to do absolutely nothing. I can bully a bitch from my couch. I can bully OnlyFans girls who paid money for their asses and titties. I can bully them into submission. You don't think they was going to take that deal?
Good. That's good because
it's a serious problem, right?
Yeah, definitely a serious problem. And I think what ends up happening is that, like you said, too many people create a one-size-fit-all problem to what they're going on. So they say, well, the reason I'm unsuccessful is because of A, but in reality,
and A being women. Go and say it. That's what you meant.
If you could talk to a wiser individual and sit down, you might realize that the problem isn't A.
Yeah, white Jesus over here. Yes, speak to him. Have him tell you. It's crazy. Y'all want to be back on the plantation so bad. Look, like these black dudes is like they're racing to get back. They're like, we need master to tell us what to do. We can't think for ourselves. Please. Oh my gosh. They want so bad to be back there. They want it so bad. They're like, oh God, I just want to go back.
AKA the women. Maybe the problem is that, you're lacking confidence, you're lacking communication skill, you're picking the wrong kind of individual.
Ooh, weird. I just had a thought. Maybe that's just black people in general because the women are talking about divesting. And when they talk about divesting, they speak like 98% of the time they talking about, they speak of white men. So maybe they're all just like trying to get back to massa. Like, maybe like all of us oh God, is that what's happening? It's like it was just a simpler life back then or something. What the fuck? Please, massa. You ain't holding us down no more. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Oh my God, this is a sign of the times.
Individuals, and there's a myriad of varieties of issues instead of just simply making it just a one-size-fit-all problem.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's also in some ways a lot less depressing to particularize like that.
Yeah.
Because you find out a bunch of problems you don't have, right? So you can just those aren't my problems. It turns out my problem is this, and then that might be none.
And this just happens to be them bitches.
Trivial, and probably is, but at least it's not everything, right? And I also think that when we talk about things like climate change, it's like, well, really, there's no such thing as the climate. It's not a useful word when you're trying to solve a problem. And what do you mean by change exactly? Like these are really low resolution concepts, and all the solutions are high resolution. And it requires particularized expertise to solve some genuine actionable problem. You have to decompose the problem. And then you have to be satisfied with addressing some micro element of it. There's no fixing climate change. That conceptually, that's just...
Yeah, that ship has sailed, honey. We're just waiting. We're just waiting it out at this point.
It's just an indication of unsophisticated thinking. That's all it is. And then there's an insistence. Well, climate change is real. Well, what do you mean by real? What do you mean?
Yeah, and what fucking difference does it make at this point? You can't slow it down enough to where it's going to make a difference. I mean, everything's catching on fire just because you look at it too long at this point. Like, the ground is so fucking wet and so dry that you just look, if you stare at the ground too long, the fire will, like, your eyes could actually reflect light off of the sun and start a fucking fire. Like, this, the grass is super dry. Oh my gosh.
Mean by change? What do you mean by climate? How much do you know about climate? And I'm just picking on that because it's a real overgeneralization. It's not helpful. Yeah. And when you talk to real experts, powerful. They've particularized. So I'll give you an example. Glenn Schellenberger, I hope I got that right. I just talked to him. He wrote this book recently called Apocalypse Never. And he was a climate activist, an eco-activist for a long time. But you know, he
So as one who's been married for so many decades, I think one of the challenges a lot of men do is they aim for the wrong women, or they pick the wrong women. So in your personal experience from your years of marriage, and there's also years of study, what would you say are things that men need to be focusing in on when it's trying to select a woman for a long-term marriage partner?
Well, you want someone honest. That's really, really important.
Oh, but they really don't want that. Honest? Oh, God, no. They want somebody to tell them the opposite of the truth. Oh, be honest. My God, no. I don't want an honest one. Jesus. They're going to call her a liar anyway. They're going to call her a liar and a whore whenever she says something that they don't like.
Someone who will do her best to tell the truth. And my wife swore she'd do that before we got married, and she has. Probably better than I have. And so that's a rock, man, at the bottom of things, you know. So and you can't underplay the role of sexual attraction. And that's a mysterious thing. And
that's right, nigga. You can't make me want you, okay? If you are unattractive, you're going to be extremely unattractive if you keep talking, okay? Like, you was just at first. Now you are like the fucking that shit that I stepped in when I was in the 6th grade, right before I got on the bus. Very embarrassing, as are you.
So
that's crucial as far as I'm concerned, and can't be. So just, I have a real
question about that, Jordan Peterson.
We like stuttering over here. Go, I got a question. Nigga, spit it out. Why you so nervous? Why you so nervous? This white man got you over there sweating.
Dr. Peterson, so you mentioned pornography, and we do countless pieces of content to be able to help young.
Yes, you watch countless porn content. We know. We heard.
Young men overcome that issue and provide tons of resources to help them support them.
To find them, yes. You tell them where to find it, yes.
So what I've noticed that happens sometimes is because of years of watching pornography, the men's sexual attraction becomes warped. And so how can a man whose sexual attraction to women has become warped to the extreme ends due to so much consumption of pornography, how can that man go back to now being attracted to, more natural looking women, or more women that could be around?
Stop watching the porn, dumbass. Oh my God. Jesus. The answer was staring you in the face, nigga. Turn it off. Stop staring at the fucking answer. This is fucking ridiculous.
Their lives instead of the projected.
Well, deprivation is helpful. Yeah. I mean, so I think it's.
Yeah. Deprive yourself of it. Stop watching it. Turn it off. Stop looking it up. All these things are going to work for you. All of them are going to work for you. Oh my God.
Reasonable to assume that there's a novelty edge in pornography, like there is in so many quasi-addictive phenomena. And so it has to become, because novelty is a sexual kick, it has to stay novel, and that means that over time it's going to become more extreme. So that's not good. Well, so how do you resensitize yourself in some sense. Well, you stop. You stop.
Ain't that something? I'm not even really into that shit. And I knew the answer to this question. You know why I knew? Because it was fucking obvious. How would you say you stop being so interested in watching this thing? Stop watching the thing. Next question. What else was the answer going to be? Cut it off? I mean, what? Like chop it off? What was the answer going to be? Like take some kind of pill? What did you think the answer was going to be? You need to have a fucking roommate. You need a roommate. You need to always have a roommate because you can't live by yourself, honey. You can't be trusted to live alone.
And then hopefully you recover. And then you deprive yourself of that outlet, let's say.
But that would require self-control. They don't want to do that.
You might say, well, is that absolutely necessary? And maybe there's nothing wrong with pornography. It's like, well, I don't know, man. Like, have you ever really met a guy who is proud of that? Like, you know what I mean? That makes him feel like
I knew a guy like that. He was very proud. They would talk about them like in their scenes and stuff. He was very proud. But he didn't have issues with the ladies either, though.
Guy, man, I'm watching pornography and getting off. It's like, what a man. I don't believe anyone feels that.
Nah, I knew a guy who was like, he was a white dude too. I knew a guy. He was so funny though.
To me, maybe I'm wrong. And to me, that's an indication that, yeah, we know. No, it's pretty cheap. It's cheap. It's easy. And, I say that knowing that
But he would also watch it and not even do anything. He wouldn't even masturbate. He would just do it. He would just like to watch it. He would watch it for scenes and shit. Like, he was a different kind of dude, though. This is hilarious. All right. So, that was it. I just wanted to do my natural, honest reaction. And, I was not disappointed. That was lovely. I loved it so much. I'm going to do minimal editing on this. I think it just cut out that one little piece and call it a day. I will catch you guys on the next one. We'll see what comes of this. This dude right here is already kind of changing his tune a little bit in his live streams and stuff since this interview. Like, this is like a couple months old. I'm like way behind on this. But he's changing his tune a little bit. Like he took some of that. He took some of that information and even his little roommate friend, the other half of the roommates, like he's still in his little thing. He clearly was not there in attendance that day at this here meeting. So he's still being all stubborn and stuff. But he's kind of taking on this little thing. So, it just gives me all kinds of hope. It gave me a little bit, just a little sliver. I'll catch you on the next one. Like and subscribe. Please hit that notification bell button. Ding, ding. Okay. Ding, ding. So you can know when I update new content. I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one.